All right, this is Daryl Martin with Apex Trader Funding, and this is a webinar just about how to optimize the performance of Rhythmic, Ninja, and your computer. So even if you're not using Ninja, there's going to be tips in here that are going to help you on optimizing your computer for performance. And got to throw up, risk disclosures. There's risk involved in trading. Know what you're doing before you do it, all that fun stuff. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for being part of Apex Trader Funding. We paid out over $1 million to traders in the first quarter. We funded over $500 million. Make sure to check us out online, social media, facebook.com/ApexInvesting, youtube.com/ApexInvesting. A recording of this webinar will be posted up on those pages. So if you want to go back and watch it. One of the things we're doing is we're striving to be the best trader funding program on the market, trying to go above and beyond. One thing that I think is really different about Apex Trader Funding is we're traders. A lot of the funding companies, I've worked with them, they're not traders. Or they're not actively trading every single day. And so they don't run into the same issues. They don't feel what you feel. And we're traders trying to help traders out. I started this program to help traders out. And, I want it to be the best program possible. We have an amazing staff. We added several new members just this past week. We're constantly adding more staff. We're doing everything we can to make technology as stable and as efficient as possible, and everything we can to fix things or make it right when possible. It doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect and that there's not going to be ongoing improvements, but we are doing more than any other trading funding company out there. Some things we can adjust for. Some things are just part of trading. If you've traded on your own, there's just things that happen during trading. So we're going to go over some of those things and show you examples of things. I bet there's at least one or two things in here at a minimum you're going to learn that you didn't know before that can make a big difference. So with Rhythmic, I've had hours and hours of conversations with the Rhythmic owners. Going over things, and I have plans in place for a dedicated server with them. They're already setting it up. It does take a little while because they have to provision all of the international server connection points. They also have to get all of the platforms to add our server to their platform. So, some will be fast on that, some will be slow on that. But that's what's going on. And, I'm working with them to make Rhythmic more stable and faster. I'm going to talk about plugins and logins with you. And the things that we're going to address will help address a lot of the efficiency issues you may have on the Rhythmic side. And ways to make your computer and your Ninjatrader more efficient. So, things that we're going to talk about today. Rhythmic setup and optimization. I just want to go over it really quick to help you out on it. I'm going to go over the Ninjatrader connection. And then John's going to come on. He's going to go over, and maybe not in this order, but maintenance, optimal performance tips, backup plans in case something goes wrong, PC testing, like how to actually know if your PC is up to par. He's going to go over the trade copier and some important tips on that, and over some announcements. So with that, let me go ahead and go into the Rhythmic and Ninjatrader setup. So once you've downloaded Rhythmic, everybody should be doing this. I saw a question that somebody asked. They have a lifetime license. Should they be doing this Rhythmic connection setup? Yes, you should. So everybody connected to Ninja with Rhythmic should be doing this setup. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to open Rhythmic up. And you're going to make sure, of course, your username and password is in. Rhythmic paper trading. Whatever your closest area is. And you're going to make it match on both. Okay? So you'll do that. You can click Remember Me, by the way, to remember your settings. And always double check this bottom one because we are going to change this bottom setting the second time we log in. So for the first time, make sure you do check that it matches the first one for the first connection. And then you're going to click Login. But, first, you're going to click Allow Plugin Mode. Very important. First, click Allow Plugin Mode. Make sure these two match when you click Allow Plugin Mode. Okay? Again, make sure these two match when you click Allow Plugin Mode. And click Login. So that'll log in. And if you have things open on this, okay, then I'm going to tell you to shut them all down. So use the little X's in the top right corner. Shut everything down. Have nothing open in this first connection, this plug-in connection, okay? And then once you're done with that, you can shrink it because you're not going to look at it. Oh, close that order book down too. And then you're going to go over and on your connection settings, I'm going to click configure just so you can see mine. Under my Rhythmic Ninjatrader brokerage, you're going to check plugin for market data. Okay? So make sure that is checked and click OK. So if that's checked, then you're good. You don't have to go back and redo it over and over again. Notice I did leave this open. I just shrunk it. You have to leave this open for Ninja to connect. Okay? Otherwise, you'll just get a yellow dot, or if you close it after connecting, you'll get an orange dot in the bottom left corner. So, and I go to my Rhythmic for Ninjatrader brokerage, and that connects. Now, you need to be able to monitor your threshold. Maybe you want to use the order book or something like that inside of Rhythmic. So let's open another one. So we're going to double click on it, and on this one, I'm going to change two things. One, I'm going to turn off plugins, and I'm going to choose RTrader Pro for this machine. Okay? If you don't check RTrader Pro on this machine, on your second connection, it will say you can only have one connection at a time. All right? So again, you have to uncheck plugins, and then you have to choose RTrader Pro for this machine on the second one. And that will allow you to connect twice without having to pay for a second connection. And so that's opening up. And so now I have this one opened up that I just opened. And I have the original one that I opened. The original one, like I said, keep it shrunk so you don't open anything in it. This one, one of the main things you want to have is your ApexTrader dashboard. So that way you can see your account balance and your liquidate threshold to make sure your account balance doesn't go under your liquidate threshold. Okay? So, a couple questions on this. One, yes, you can have two connections as long as you follow those steps. That you uncheck plugin and you choose Rhythmic on this machine. Two, why do you want two? Because the first one that we opened, we want that to be a clean connection without any data coming in besides the data for our charts. We don't want it running anything else. Okay? So, we are going to want to do this no matter what. All right? And then you're going to always want to have your trader dashboard open because you need to be able to monitor that. And the other reason is if you can't close a position, John's going to go over this. If you click close more than once, you can cause issues. But if you can't close a position in Ninja, you can close it in Rhythmic. I had a trader say, I didn't have time to open Rhythmic. You should have already had Rhythmic open. So always have that ready. You can click on that positions, and then you'll see any position you open right here, and there'll be a red X, and you'll be able to click it and close it out in Rhythmic as a backup. All right. So again, the reason we want two connections is one is we want a clean one without anything on it, and two, we want one that we can monitor our trader dashboard and close our positions through. And if you're saying login failed, it probably is either a username password issue or something else. So I would open a ticket so that way we can help you out. Okay? Paul, if you're using IQ Feed, do you still do this? Yes, because you want a clean connection for your Rhythmic connection that's working with ApexTrader funding. So you can do the first one, but again, I recommend using the ApexTrader dashboard. It's just optimized to where the fields are. So that way it's a little easier for you to read. So you can use whichever one you want. We just made that one to make it easy. All right. The ApexTrader dashboard isn't going to have your positions. You got to click positions to be able to close your positions. So how do you open a blank Rhythmic Trader Pro? It's pretty simple. Just open it up and then just click the X's to close everything down. Don't want to do that. And make sure when you do connect that first time again that you close everything down. It doesn't really matter what order you do the two in. I would recommend just getting in the habit of doing the plug-in first and making the two gateways match, and then doing the second one with plug-in unchecked and checking Rhythmic on this machine, because it's real easy to not do that. I even was like going over this myself this like before the thing. I'm like, why am I getting kicked out? It's like, oh, because I'm not choosing Rhythmic for this machine. So yeah, this is Rhythmic Trader Pro. Yes, I recommend having two connections open. One that's just a clean feed for your orders, for your communication with Ninja, and one that is just for, you know, your dashboard and closing positions and things like that. So, somebody said that they don't see it on their list, the Rhythmic on this machine. If you have plug-in checked, you won't see it on this. You won't see it. So let me show you. If I go over here, see how it says Trader Pro on this connection? If I click Allow Plugins, and I have to Chicago and I click it, it won't show it. So I got to uncheck plugins to be able to see Trader Pro on this machine. What is the fastest way to place orders? Always through a DOM. So like Rhythmic Order Book. Yeah, another tip. Let's see here. Somebody's talking about host. Yeah, one of them will show host and one of them will show client. The aggregated orders is an optional feature, but you can't use it if you're using order flow, book map, footprints, jigsaw, order, any of that stuff. So it's totally an option. I do not know what Colo 75 is, actually. You do have the DOM without level 2 data, it just won't have any information on it. Besides the, bid and offer. RMS warning is a Rhythmic Management System warning. It's something you can usually just ignore. And yes, on Ninjatrader, you're going to want plug-in mode checked on the connection setting. Okay, let's see here. Do this whether you're trading a eval account or a PA account. Yeah, all this is actually covered in steps 1 and 2. If you go to steps 1 and 2 in your members area, and this is covered there as well. If you do want depth of market, you have to pay for it. You can use the dynamic DOM on Ninja for free, though. What have I found that traders do to manage their trailing threshold? They manage their risk and their size. That's it. The first one you do, again, is the plug-in mode, where both match, connect, and then make sure that your connection in Ninja has plug-in mode checked. Okay, and that has to be connected before you connect to Ninja. You have to leave it open. Yeah, if you can't see the question panel, go to webinar. Doesn't show the question panel. It's not an option. This is for live and eval accounts. Should you add commissions in Ninjatrader? Yes, you should add the lifetime commission in Ninjatrader. On the first login, I open the plugin mode. And on the second login, I uncheck plugin mode and I chose Trader Pro for this market. Let's see. As far as a disconnect, you're just going to have to reconnect. It actually is click and drag to move an order out. but I can't quite go in. I can't really go into all the questions on how to do a bunch of things on this because we want to keep it focused on optimization. Do I recommend closing positions normal than you normally would because of the trailing threshold? Well, you gotta manage risk and profit. So I would allow I would be more apt to take profits as just let them run until I got a performance funded account and built up a, buffer. Our Trader there's a beta available on mobile, on Google Play only right now. They haven't released iOS yet. You can go and you can search Rhythmic on the Google Play Store. It's in beta. There's no support, so don't ask any questions about it. Paul, that's correct. If you go to steps 1 and 2 on where to find the commission template, there is a link on how to set up your commissions. Matthew. Let's see here. Yes, I open the second Rhythmic after I connect. If you're using tick charts, do not use aggregated orders. If you're not getting a green light, you probably close down your Rhythmic. If it's staying yellow, you need to leave it open. No, you want the market data on to use the plugin mode, Rich, so you need to follow the steps. Where are these steps on the website? Give me a second, I can log in. So they're right here under steps 1 and 2. So we go through and it says click here on how to set up Rhythmic. It'll go through that. Download Ninja. How to set up Ninja. All that's right there. So, yep, this is recorded. And it'll be posted on YouTube and Facebook /ApexInvesting. If you use your own account and the CopyTrader to trade both, you need to open Rhythmic. Yes, because you need to use Rhythmic to connect for the orders to be executed. This is not all I'm going to go over. I thought this would take 5 minutes. You do have to do this if you're using 2 different computers, Stephen. Yes. Richard, we're going to show you a way to test your speed and data. So just hold on for that. The plugin on means it allows the Ninja plugin to work. If Ninja remains yellow after you're trying to connect, that means that you closed Rhythmic, and you should not have closed it. Let's see here. So I love everything, just why can't we make it easier? Well, do you want to make money or do you want easier? It's not that hard to open Rhythmic twice. I mean, come on. Just be real, Daryl. Just open it twice. And this gives you more efficient data. And it makes it where Rhythmic and Ninja are talking to each other in an easier way. I spent hours working on this to get this best solution for you. If all I have to do, I made 50 grand in just one account today. Here, I'll connect to my Continuum account. So you can see it live. However long that takes, there it goes. $52,265. Okay? I would say it's worth doing the steps as we lay them out. Right? It doesn't matter whether you open Ninja first before logging into Rhythmic. You just have to log into Rhythmic before you log into Ninja. You can try to set up, if you have a multi-broker license, I think you can use TD Ameritrade. You can still trade on Ninja. This isn't changing how you trade, it's just changing how you connect. Kenneth, again, you connect to Rhythmic first with the plugin mode, then you connect to Ninja. Yep, you can use the copy trader to do multiple accounts. Rich? Okay, if anybody's having issues, open the help desk and ask for help. Okay? But I'm going to have to move on and let John take over. Yep, still do this optimization even if you're using CQG because you're going to need it for the Rhythmic order connectivity with Ninja. Yes, the ApexTraderFunding.com help desk. So if you're having issues, and you may want to go back and watch the step 1 and 2 videos to make sure you're doing it correctly, and we will help you out. We got multiple staff. We will help you out. Okay? So most of our stuff is done online because we can have one conversation for 30 minutes or we can help 20 people in 30 minutes. So. All right. Handing it over to John.
All right, guys. I am stepping in here. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Hey, everybody. Long time. Yep. So I think Daryl covered most of this, but yes, multiple questions of, is this being recorded? Yes, relax, deep breath. We always record every webinar. We always post every webinar. So if you came in a few minutes late, you didn't miss anything. For those of you that are saying, wait, Daryl talked too fast, do that again. I don't know what to do. I'm confused. Yes, like he said, you can get with the help desk or chat. They'll help you out. But if you simply just hang tight, we'll get this recording posted. You can rewatch it again. You can pause it every section of the way, every click he does. Don't stress, okay? You have the recording. Just breathe. We'll get it to you. I know this might seem like, oh, that was so much. This is overwhelming. Why do we need to do that? But I think Daryl explained that pretty well about the efficiency. Even if you think, hey, I don't really have any problems right now. Well, more efficiency is more efficiency. And I think Daryl kind of just said everything there is to say when he pulled up his P&L for the day of just rewatch a video and do a few things to make things more efficient, right? All good? So, quick question here, show of hands. How many people traded this morning and was trading in Q? The chart, everybody see the chart here? Everybody see my screen?
No.
Good. Okay. Some people are saying no, cannot see the chart. Hold on 1 minute. That might be
we're
my
seeing
problem.
We're seeing your documents folder.
Oh, well, that would be helpful. How about now?
Now we see the white screen. Now we see your chart.
Now everybody see the chart and see the chart moving. Yeah? Okay. There we go. So, how many people traded in Q this morning? Yeah, quite a few. So I want you to see this chart in front of us here. And then I want you just to think back to this morning when you were trading in Q live. Let's all be real. Let's all be adults. Let's all be mature. Let's all be professional. And let's all just use our heads for a minute, right? Look at the very bottom of this chart. What do we see right here? Timestamps, right? Everybody see the timestamps. What does this timestamp say from right here, 9:50, all the way over to here, 9:50? That was less than 1 minute this morning. All of this, tick, 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 hundreds and thousands of orders, tick, 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 and up and down and up and down and up, ticking all over the place, right? Everything, right? Super fast. Okay, Brett, it's a 10-tick chart. I'm not sure the question or confusion there, okay? But does everybody see that, how fast everything was this morning? How crazy it was this morning? Okay? Did you do that to the market? Did Apex Trader Funding do that to the market? Did Ninjatrader do that to the market? Did Rhythmic do that to the market? Did anyone do that to the market? Is this anybody's fault? No. Market did it to the market, right? That's pretty clear and simple. Yes? So a couple of you are always saying, oh, it was hard to keep up. Oh, there was some lags. Oh, it was fast. Okay? You can see how fast that market was moving. And all we're even seeing here is bars, which really mean nothing. Wait till I show you some here in a little bit when you see what happened inside these bars everywhere up and down. Tons and tons and tons of data everywhere coming in like crazy. Okay? Also this morning when y'all were trading, how many of y'all, show of hands, had more than 10 charts open on your computer at around this time? How many of you had more than 5 different charts open on your computer? Yeah, I'm getting a lot of yeses. Then some 4, 6, 7s, yeah, me. So what do you think was happening on your computer when you've got 10 plus charts open on your computer with all of this stuff happening like crazy? You said it. Overwork, overload, lots of data. Eating up resources, yeah. In addition to that, how many of you also had something else open? Some kind of trade room, some kind of other apps open? How many of you had multiple browsers open and maybe Facebook or a YouTube video playing at the same time? Yes, me, guilty. Zoom, Discord, browsers. Yeah, I'm reading all this. Yep, 10 chart, multiple browsers, trade rooms, Discord. How many of you that had all this going have an $8,000 super trading computer that you were doing that on? I haven't got a, okay, I got one yes. Okay, you guys see where I'm going with that? Okay. In addition to that, the charts you had open, how many days of data were loaded on that chart? How many people only had 1 day, or let me rephrase this. How many people had more than 10 days of data loaded on their charts this morning? Like going 10 days back. 8 days, 20 days, 5 days, 20 days, 3 to 5 days. Okay, so how many days recently have we seen in the last few weeks of this market craziness? We've seen a lot, right? 30 days, someone says 30 days. Now, I get it if you've got like one chart where you go back weeks on because you're marking some big levels or something, right? But otherwise, if you're zoomed in day trading or scalping a few bars, why do you need 5 days of data? Is there any reason for it? So think about this. All this crazy tick data is coming in, and your computer is having to keep up with all of that that's coming in like crazy on this one chart. But you're also having it calculate back and do calculations from other indicators or levels or other systems 30 days back. Some of you are saying 30 days, 10 days. Can you imagine how much resource, 5,000 ticks? I mean, can you imagine how much resource that's taking up just on one chart? And then some of you said you had 10 charts, plus Zoom, plus YouTube, plus Facebook. Guys, those things kill your computer, okay? Can you not see how it doesn't matter how great a broker it is or a data feed is or a system is, your own computer trying to keep up with all of that coming in is crazy. Do you guys get that? John, we're gonna go over solutions or we wouldn't be having this, okay? That's the reason we're here, right? So I just want you guys to see just this morning what was happening and all of those ticks coming in so that you can kind of get that kind of understanding of, okay, that makes sense when a chart is slow. or when your computer is slow, or when you've tried to place an order but it's slow, right? So how many of you felt like this today, or how many of you think your computer felt like this today? This was your computer, or this was your charts, right? Yeah, that was you. Because you're putting too much on it, oftentimes. Does that make sense? If you have all of these things going, you're just putting too much on it. So is this baby ever going to pick this up? No. If the baby was, is it going to happen fast? No, it's really not. It's going to be pretty slow. Okay, so I think you've seen some tough babies. I think we get where I'm going with this. So we want to talk a little bit about efficiency. Daryl addressed some things with Rhythmic. Yes, there's been things in the past where Rhythmic will be down or Rhythmic will have an issue. Daryl talked about it. He spent a ton of time making sure that we're on top of that, doing everything we can to improve that, make it better, dedicated servers, and how to connect even better to help solve that. What I want to talk to you about is it's kind of a threefold thing when you think about speed and efficiency and lagging, right? There's Rhythmic, there's Ninjatrader, or whatever platform you're using, and then there's your computer, okay? So, Jared, we already talked about Rhythmic in the first part of this, so I'm not sure what your comment is about there. That was already addressed, okay? But you can say, oh, there's a product with Rhythmic, but we're finding that 90% of the time, it's actually something else as well. And I want to talk about that, okay? So all these delays, like I said, a lot of times certain delays or lockups are actually caused by Ninja or the trading computer, which is outside of our control or Rhythmic's control or even Ninjatrader's control. But we all have to remember, it's this responsibility of each trader to make sure they've prepared as much as they can for technical issues or for backup and for maintenance, okay? And you should all have seen this, but if you hop on over to the Apex Trader Funding website and you go here under the FAQ, we've actually got a video right here under tips and troubleshooting. And right here, technical issues and closing trades. All right, this is definitely a video that everyone needs to watch, okay? Because in this video, I go through how to use RTrader. It was very surprising as Daryl was covering that. How many of you said, oh, I've never opened that. I never use that. I just use Ninjatrader. I never use RTrader. RTrader is an absolute must. It's literally one of the first videos that we have you watch in the training when you're setting things up. It's your backup to be able to see your orders and manage and close your orders. It also shows you your trailing threshold stop in real time live. It shows you right there exactly where that is. That should always be up, like without a question, okay? Or like you mentioned, someone said, oh, I couldn't open it quick enough. That is your backup. You should always have that because RTrader is not running 10 billion charts and data, and it's got a lot less chance of, your charts, you have a lot bigger chance of your charts locking up or something being delayed there, where Rhythmic's not running all that. You have to have that up. But go through this video. Not only do I talk about that, but I talk about how to have some backup platforms, how to have some backup internet, how to use your phone as backup internet. Everything from charts going down, computers going down, your power outage or an internet issue, all of these things that you as a trader want to make sure that you're prepared for and have some backup plans. Okay, so definitely check that out. It's in the FAQ section under technical issues and closing trades. Some really cool tips in there that I think everyone can benefit from. But your computer is just like your car, right? It requires some maintenance, just like your car. If you don't stay on top of your air filters and tune-ups and oil changes, things are going to go bad. And when those things go bad, you can't blame it on the manufacturer or, request a warranty issue because it's part of maintenance. So we all have to realize that as traders, that we've got to stay on some of those things. Okay, guys, our focus tonight on this webinar is about Rhythmic, Ninja, and your computer. It's about efficiency. Okay. I see a lot of questions coming in asking about trailing drawdowns and realized profits. We're not covering that tonight. Okay. So let's stay on focus here of what we're covering and keep our questions to that. And we're going to keep moving forward here. Okay. So everyone needs to watch that. And you also have to remember, in a true live funded account, let's say you took your own live money, you went to a brokerage, you opened up a live trading account, and you lost money on a trade. Your computer was slow, or your charts got slowed up because you're overloading your computer and you lost a trade. What do you think is going to happen if you call that broker and say, oh, you need to fix this for me? I want you to give me that money back because my computer was slow, or my charts got slow. What kind of response do you think you're going to get in a real world, in a real adult, grown-up, mature, professional world? Are they going to just give you that money back? Yeah, even they'll laugh at you, a big laugh. Like, come on, right? There are issues that can't be helped, okay? There are issues that can be helped, all right? And so you have to keep that in mind. I'm actually going to talk about that, okay? So this is real world trading. This is, how trading works. Some things that, we can fix for you and adjust, some things we can't. So there's a difference between true technology issues that we can address and adjust things, which we've done. But then there's other issues of Ninjatrader or computer issues or internet issues. But again, fast, volatile markets that cause issues, that's not an Apex funding issue or a Ninja issue. It's not your fault. It's not Rhythmic's fault. It's nobody's fault, right? It's how the market is. But it's the decision and responsibility of the trader, okay, to decide whether or not to trade in that volatile condition. Knowing full well, you've all seen times where the market's not as crazy as what I showed you earlier, right? Like earlier, it was crazy. You saw it, if you were watching that market live this morning, every second you're seeing all over the place. Who makes the decision to jump into that water? Looking down and seeing sharks everywhere, seeing gators everywhere. You do, right? You don't have to get into that market. You can wait until it slows down. But if you're going to jump in a crazy market like that, you can see right in front of you what's happening, and you already have to have that expectation of, hey, it's possible this could slow up my chart. This could slow up my computer. Or sometimes, guys, and I'll show you this in a minute, you think your computer's slow because I tried to get in here, but it didn't get me until here. Something's wrong. Y'all need to fix this. Okay. Do we need to pull up that chart again and look what can happen in a couple of seconds? Okay, I had a help desk ticket earlier, and I'm not being mean to anyone. I tried to get in, and y'all made the chart move 7 bars, just so it would go against me. Guys, really?
Yeah, he's not kidding. We had somebody say that happened to him 4 times, and we made it move.
Yeah, we made the chart move 7 bars after you got in. Okay. Hey, thank you. I'm flattered that you think me or Daryl or Marion, who runs our help desk, are powerful enough to make a quick call and make the NASDAQ move 7 bars because of your entry order. I'm not trying to pick on anyone or be mean, but guys, come on. Do y'all understand how ridiculous that is? Okay. You try to get in and you say, oh, things are running behind because it didn't get me in right where I wanted. Look what the market did. Look how fast it's moving. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and no, we're not moving the NASDAQ. I wish we were. Okay.
Well, I might now and then, but.
Okay, Daryl might, making 50 grand in 5 minutes. Thanks, Daryl. So, he took all your money.
But I don't do it because of your order.
Yeah. And we love you guys, but trust me, we're not sitting there watching, just waiting for you to randomly press a button so we can go tie up millions of dollars to move the market 7 bars and make you lose the one trade. Like, this is just kind of comical, right? Like, it's like, come on, guys, you see what the market's doing, okay? So these fast volatile markets, there's an amazing amount of tick data coming in. Like, I want to show you a few things. Like, you have to really comprehend and understand the kind of data that your computer and your charts are processing. It's unbelievable. Sometimes not even these crazy supercomputers can keep up. Daryl and I both have computer setups that are $7,000 to $10,000 or more. And there's times I'll be on the phone with him. And he's like, man, my charts can't even keep up. And you know what he does? Well, I'm going to place an order anyway. When it goes bad, call and complain to somebody and blame it on them. Does he do that? No. He says, I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm not going to touch this. Why would you? Right? Okay. So you can't blame someone for it. You just have to look at the market and know, hey, here's what's going on right now. I need to make the decision. Okay. That's just how trading works. And guys, and not just saying, okay, I'm going to make the decision to get in or not get in. But the other situation I see happen all the time is, this is just not working right for me. Okay, well, where were you trying to trade? Well, the markets are going ballistic. The markets are going crazy. I've got a $399 Asus laptop I bought from Walmart 4 years ago. I have 10 charts on it with 30 days of data each, and Facebook open, and a video. I'm using 10 Apex accounts. I'm doing 20 contracts per account, and I'm using the trade copier to copy into 10 other accounts. So I'm doing 200 contracts, and I'm going for a 7-tick scalp. And I'm wondering why I only got 5 ticks. I mean, come on, guys, right? Like, do you get it? Like, am I making my point here? Or it's kind of like, oh, right. That kind of makes sense. You know, like, I mean, and then you've got an ATM with multi-layers of it. When I'm up 2 ticks in profit, exit this many contracts and add this many in and move my stop here. And your ATM can't even keep up with the chart, right? That has nothing to do with Apex or Rhythmic or even Ninja. It's just, you're asking too much. Yeah, Chris. And you're doing that on dial-up internet. I can't tell you how much of that I've seen. Of, oh, no, I'm just on my wireless router. I didn't plug it in direct. And I don't have the best of internet. And my kids are watching Netflix in 3 different rooms and on 3 different phones and 3 different tablets on the same wireless at the same time. You know what I mean, guys? You got to think about that.
That's a big thing. Nobody in my house is allowed to be on their smart TVs or their phones watching anything. They got to use mobile data if they want to do it. Nobody can do that while I'm trading, because that pays the bills.
There is no Hulu. There is no Netflix. Yeah. Not while I'm trading. I mean, you should be plugged in, hardwired, first of all. But even then, it's like, I mean, because, guys, we teach you, at least over on the other Apex side, should you be sitting in front of a chart trading 8 hours a day? No. Like, hour and a half, 2 hours is probably your max. You're not thinking straight past that. It's not too much to ask of the rest of the household of, like, look, like Daryl said, when I'm trading, no one else is connected to Wi-Fi. No one's doing anything on their computer. No one's watching anything. And I don't have one single other thing up on my computer. I have my Ninjatrader charts up, and I might have one of our trade rooms up. That's it. There's no other browsers. Guys, you may not know this. Try it yourself. Tomorrow morning, have all your charts open. Open up your task manager. While you have it open, look at all your stats. Open a browser and log on to your Facebook. See what happens. Open up YouTube, start playing a video. See what happens. Log on to some news thing, see what happens. And you'll be like, oh, crap. You might not see even that it's taken up a ton of resources on your computer, but you're going to see that it does. But how much bandwidth is it taking from your internet? Well, that internet is struggling to communicate, getting all that tick, 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 right? And I know a lot of us love to do it. It's like, hey, I'm trying to focus on tradings. I need some music in the background. So I'm going to open up YouTube music. Hey, put it on your phone. Don't take from there. Well, I like to have some videos up. I like to watch Mark Douglas videos on YouTube on trading. It puts me in the zone. You do not want a YouTube video playing on that same computer. And some of you may be like, oh, this is crazy. Like, I've got a good computer. Again, look at the chart from this morning. Okay? Like, just be smart about it. Okay? Just we have to realize.
Hey, Mark, do you have that video that shows?
Yeah, I'm getting to it here.
Are you going to show that here in a second? That video that shows
Yep.
the actual tick data coming in through the DOM versus through a chart?
Yep. I'm about to show that. So I think it's so easy for us. I think this is one of the hardest things as traders, and I think Daryl will back me, because Daryl and I struggled with this together for years, like 6 years, until we finally got it. Of how many of y'all have traded a long time? You find some strategy that works freaking amazing,
charging
right?
battery,
and you're killing it for like a month. Yeah, and then what happens? It suddenly doesn't work anymore, right? Any of y'all ever had that? And as traders, we get into this whole mindset of something should work. Everything should always work the same way, all the time, every time, the same speed, exactly how I want it to. There should be no differences. There should be no changes in market condition or changes in market volatility. I don't want to take the time to look at the market and see how fast everything's going and decide whether I should trade or not. I just want to trade when I want to trade. And I want to always be able to trade this one system I trade and it work every time. I don't want to have to do that. That is so hard as a trader to get around, but you have to think about it. How many of you ever had to stop in the afternoon right after you go to lunch and run a quick errand and run down the street to Home Depot, and it takes you 10 minutes to get there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right? We've all done that. Should we expect, think, plan ahead, schedule ahead, have a different plan if we're trying to run to the same place at 5 o'clock or 5:30 in downtown LA traffic? It's elementary, but it's just life, guys, right? When you're seeing congestion versus no congestion, is it even logical or professional, or whatever word we'd want to use without being rude, to think that everything's going to work at the exact efficiency, timing, and speed when you're trying to go somewhere in the middle of that on the left during rush hour? I know some of you are saying, okay, this is elementary, this is dumb, John, but that's literally trading. That's literally what you have to deal with every day and every morning, and look to see what is going on. So therefore, what should my expectation be? Does that make sense when you make it this basic? You can see whether the traffic's there or not. Just look at the timestamp on the bars. But let's talk about the true speed of the market. Darren, I'm going to ask you to jump in after I show this video here. But everything we've been talking about, I think you already get this. But remember earlier when I said, look, even this chart showing all these bars within the 1 minute, that doesn't you don't even come close to understanding that. Let me show you here. Like, sometimes we'll get a help desk ticket. The price never hit that level, but you knocked me out. But the price never got more than 2 ticks to the stop, but I got knocked out. Price never reached that level. Look, here's my screenshot. This isn't fair. What's happening? I demand blah, 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 right? Price was not even moving that fast. Y'all made the market move by 7 bars and knocked me out on purpose. Okay, I want to show you something here. Daryl, am I accurate that the charts update 4 times per second?
Yes, they update 4 times a second.
Now, guys,
Mic
doesn't that
off.
sound super fast? A chart updating 4 times per second.
250 milliseconds.
250 milliseconds.
Mic
Does that
off.
sound fast? Okay. But does that mean that your chart records every single price that's hit?
It only records prices that are filled, but it doesn't record prices that are hit.
I want to show you this video I took a few days ago. Can everybody see this?
Yep.
Watch this very closely. Do not hold off on any questions. What I want y'all to do is over here, watch the chart moving, the price on the chart moving, compared to the DOM of the true price movement. Ready, set, go. Do you see that jumping around like crazy? Compared to
going
what?
Up and down. You're just seeing a smooth little movement on the chart, and it's just jumping up and down, 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 up and down.
That's the real market.
Goes from 1 tick to 2 ticks to 4 ticks to yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Daryl. Yeah, guys, this is what's even behind those bars.
Mic off.
This is what your computer is keeping up with data coming in. But this
Link
is also
established. Mic off.
what is really happening in the market with the prices, with the bid-ask spread jumping and moving. And you don't see that over here on your chart plots, do you? You see that? I got several videos like that. Just look at that. That is insane. So, and also if you look close, sometimes it's moving 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll see it jump 2 points, 8 ticks within no time. And you won't even see that on the chart.
If you ever want to see the real-time movement, open your dynamic DOM.
Like that's what's really happening. So does that make sense when you say, I was 1 tick away from my stop. It never hit there. Look at the chart. Y'all knocked me out. Y'all did this. Okay, that's the market. Look at it. Look at the speed of that. Does that make sense, what's going on there? It makes sense when the market's doing something like this. Your computer and your charts is struggling to keep up with some of that. And when you're going for super small trades, which, hey, I'm not against that. I'm saying that's great. But you got to understand how you might give up a few ticks, especially if you're trying to copy over onto 10 different things and 10 different charts up with that kind of move. Does everybody see that? Isn't that kind of amazing? Daryl had me record that. I did not even realize how fast that was. Like, I didn't realize that craziness. But that's a lot. That's what's going on. That's what your chart's keeping up with. Okay? So, I hope that kind of, yeah, Daryl, I got your note. Yeah, going a little longer here. But good information, right? Okay, so that's the video. So look, it's a huge amount of data for your computer to keep up with. Is that my fault? No. Is it your fault? No. Is it Apex's? No. That's the market. So as traders, if we want to be in the market, we have to make sure, first of all, that we can see it, we plan around it, we decide whether to trade it or not. But let's start with the tools we're using to run our business, our computer. Okay? Do you have a computer that's fast enough to trade this or fast enough to trade as many markets? Tell you what, if you go right over here to the Apex Trader Funding website, go right here to Trading Tools. I want you to watch this video right here. Is your computer fast enough? So you can click this. There's a video. You can click here to find out now. It goes through and shows you exactly what to look for in a computer, how to test the benchmark of your computer, how to know where you're truly at there, and then some options of what you can do there. Just because you don't have a computer that's up to par doesn't mean you can't trade, but it means you might want to trade differently. You might want to trade less charts, less markets. Okay, so check that out. Do you have too many charts open? We've kind of already talked about that. Now, after we've looked at some of these fast charts and now that I showed you all those ticks coming in like crazy, do you get a little more how your computer can really struggle to keep up? And you don't want to have, some people say, well, I like having all these different charts open so I can really see what's going on in all the markets. Hey, I get that. But would you rather see some of those things or rather have the main chart you're trading to make money on work properly? Okay. So the less charts you have open, the less resource you're going to have. Some of you have gone in and made workspaces. Okay. And y'all know what workspaces are, right? You save your charts and you save your workspaces. Some people forget, oh, I'm only seeing this workspace because it's my active one, but I've got 3 other old workspaces still open. We see that all the time. So you think you only have 6 charts open, but you've really got like 20 because you've got old workspaces still open. Make sure to only have 1 workspace open, okay? Also, we're going to talk about this in another webinar about the trade copier. Some of you said, the trade copier is firing off extra trades and I don't know what's going on. You have old workspaces open that you still have a trade copier open in. And the trade copier is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, which is place orders. You can't have multiple sessions of it open. You can't open it multiple times, and you can't have old workspaces open. It would amaze you how often just going in and closing your other workspaces and making sure you're only using 1 will cut out like 10 charts that your computer is trying to run, and your computer runs so much better. So check that. Okay.
Mic off.
Again, we talked about no other apps. Don't have other apps and all
Link
these browsers and
established.
internet
Mic
stuff,
off.
social media. How often do you restart your computer? Or do you keep up with your computer updates? Since you're connecting to Ninja and Rhythmic through your internet, you want to keep everything as clean as possible. Don't have those other browsers
Mic off.
open. Don't have social media open. Clear your internet cache and history and cookies. Keep that shut down. You should be restarting your computer every morning. Okay? For me personally, and I'll cover this here in a minute, if I'm trading every single morning, I'm restarting my computer, I'm clearing out my cache, I'm resetting my database, I'm clearing everything out. I want to start fresh. Why would I want to start behind? I already know the morning's going to be crazy and have tons of tick data coming in. I want a complete clean slate. Why would I want anything else? Why would I risk
This is huge. You should be resetting your database in Ninja under Tools Database Reset every week. You should be deleting your cache folder. Like the database, you go to Documents, Ninjatrader.
Yeah, I'm going to show it here.
Database cache, and then you need to delete that every day.
Yeah, I'm going to show that here because it's huge. So we've already talked about a lot of this. Don't load too many days on your chart. How many of you have tons of extra random indicators that you don't even really need or use that are pulling tons of data on your charts? Get rid of those, okay? This one is huge, guys. Stop and think about this for a minute. This is kind of level 2, which for a lot of you should be a big light bulb. I keep talking about fast markets, having too many charts, having too many days, overloading your computer in general, right? We've talked about internet, not tying up all this other internet with social media. But what about graphics? What do you think, what part of your computer is making this stuff plot on your monitor and screen? Not only does that have a lot to do with, your overall computer and benchmark, but a lot of it has to do with your graphics too. How many of you have too much stuff going on? Again, why you don't want Facebook. Again, why you don't want videos played on YouTube. Do you know how much that's tying up your video card? That video graphics card that's trying to plot all this crap coming in on your chart, or plot when you place an order, or plot when you place an order with an ATM and you're trying to manually grab and move your stop and take profit. That's graphics, right? How many of you are using 3 of these things right here? Or one of these things right
Mic
here?
off.
Where you've got a laptop and you went and bought several of these adapters that you can plug into a USB through pop an HDMI in it and have extra monitors. I found some people using 3 of these things, adding on all these extra monitors. You might have USB ports in your computer that will take a plug, but your computer is in no way handled to handle all these extra monitors you're trying to put on it.
Yeah, you need a RAM. Basically, what you need is a video card with RAM built into it that can handle it itself.
So do you see what that alone is doing to your computer benchmark or to your computer resources, much less the actual graphics part itself? Does that make sense? And you wonder why your plots get behind. Okay? Those are the kind of things to think about. So, computer efficiency. Shut down your computer, restart it every day. Shut down your Ninja, restart it every day. Clear your internet browsers, clear the cookies and cache. Once a week, or if you have major problems and a lot of backup or a lot of delays, reset your router. Just go to your router and unplug it, count to 30, plug it back in. Okay? Do a cleanup, do a scan of your computer. Don't overload it. Don't make your computer be this baby right here. Okay? Like, that's a big, huge no-no. You don't want that with your trading. So, technology, things can happen. Okay? Platform and data issues, computer issues, all those things can happen. Be ready for them. So, clearing cache. How do you clear cache? Where is your cache stored in Ninjatrader? What you want to do every single day. Like I said, when I trade, I get up in the morning, I come up, and I shut everything down and I reset it. One of the first things I do is I clear cache. If you go into your computer, go to Documents, okay? You can go to Documents. You can find right here, Ninjatrader 8. You open it up. Right here under DB. Everybody see that? DB, again, this is recorded. You can open that up, and then right here under cache, I'm sorry, that is not what I wanted. You open up DB, and then what you do is you actually just click on this folder right here that says cache.
You can actually delete all
just
those cache all the way down to tick. You can actually delete all the folders, cache all the way down to tick.
Yeah, you can delete all of them because look, tick. This is storing every single tick data historical that came in. From that video we looked at and from the chart we looked at, how big do you think that file is right there? I'd be kind of curious how many of you are on Ninjatrader right now that you've never cleared cache, how big that file is right there. Or you're on minute charts, okay? Yeah. So that is huge, okay? That is super huge to get rid of all that, okay? Some people say they do it after trading. I personally do it before just because I like to start clean, okay? Yep, just clear them all out, no matter what you're trading. Whether you're trading minute bars, tick bars, just get rid of it, okay? So that's how you clear out your cache there, all right? So you want to do that every day. Every day, shut down Ninjatrader, clear out your cache, restart your computer, and then reopen everything before you trade. Does that not just make sense after you've seen all those ticks that came through on the video? We've looked at that chart. Wouldn't you want to start with a clean slate? Wouldn't you want to start with your computer having as much free space and free everything as possible to start your trading day? I mean, do you see how big of a difference just that can make? Especially for those of you that have never done this, how much data do you think is in that damn tick file right now? Daniel Kelly said he had 12,000 items. Yeah. Daniel, what do you think that's going to do to your computer and to Ninja, not having to clear that out? Christina had 27
Mic
gigs
off.
just in that file. Christina, you see the difference that could make? 17 gigs, 149K. Okay, That right there alone, honestly, should make this whole webinar worth your time to be on. I know that was a lot of build up, a lot of foundation
Mic
groundwork
off.
to really kind of wrap your head around all this and why in general.
Link
Now we're kind of
established.
looking at
Mic
specifics.
off.
Okay. Now some of you might be using like an Apex, or some people might have different desktop assistants that clear the cache set differently, but that's how you can do it. Okay. So, yep. Just go in. Now don't delete when you go into Ninjatrader 8, okay, go to My Documents, do Ninjatrader 8. You'll see Database, open up Database, and then you can clear all these. Don't delete the whole database thing. Just delete these folders, because that's storing all those ticks. The next time you go in there, they'll all be back in there from, the ticks that stored that day. Okay? So that is a huge deal. Closing, restarting, clearing that out, that alone you're going to see a big difference of, especially combined with connecting to Rhythmic the way that Daryl showed you how. What's another
Mic
thing you
off.
should do? We recommend doing this at least once a week.
By the way, guys, I want to bring this up again. The reason we know all this is because we trade every day. And we've traded for, well over a decade each. So this is trader tips coming to you from traders. Not just ideas. Not just some tech support person. This isn't some tech support webinar. This is literally traders telling you how they make their computers more efficient to be more profitable in the market. You're not going to get data information like this from any other funding company. You're not going to get information like this from Ninjatrader.
Mic off.
What's that funny video customer service thing?
Link established.
Sir, have you tried
Mic
to turn it
off.
off and turn it back on? Yeah, it's not just turn it off, turn it back on. There's reasons for this. This isn't just a, tech person to turn it off, turn it on, maybe it'll work. Get rid of that crap. Get rid of it. We know that history's in there. Why would you ever want to trade your money without a fresh, clean start, as efficient as you possibly could be, and get the best performance possible? Okay. So what is Ninjatrader database? If you go to your Ninjatrader control panel here,
You have to be disconnected to do this.
yeah, now I'm connected right here. Okay. You want to be disconnected. All right. So you disconnect. What you want to do is go right here to tools, and then go right here to database management. And then look down here where it says
Mic
reset
off.
database. This will remove historical trade data from the database. It won't remove chart data or get rid of your charts or your workspaces, none of that. It's going to get rid of historical orders and historical executions. You might not think that's a big deal, but how many of you are trading 20 contracts at a time and using a trade copper to trade them over 10 different accounts? So you're placing 200 trades, and as soon as you get in, you're using an ATM. So there's all of these limit orders out there for stops and take profits, and then you move them, and then you get out of some and you get into others, and you trade multiple times a day, every day a week, weeks a month, and you have never done this at all. Daryl and I found this out 2 years ago, Daryl.
Yeah.
We discovered this, and the first time we both did it, we thought something was wrong.
It took like an hour for mine to clear.
Exactly. Exactly. Our charts were locking up. Our charts were slow. Well, after we did this and went through that, it was like, oh my God. It's like a whole new freaking world of how great things were working. Kenneth said he didn't do his for 3 years and it took 20 minutes to clear it out. No, this doesn't affect your charts or anything like that. All it does is get rid of the historical trade entries that are all stored in there, like all the system and recording of entries and exit and pending orders and canceled orders and this order and that. It's just so much data. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hiron says 3.5 hours the first time he did it. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do repair. I would just do reset.
Mic off.
Okay, for this situation we're talking about. I would do this once a week just to have a good fresh start. Okay.
Yeah, the broker
So now-
will still have the order history. It will clear out your performance data, but I'd rather have performance than performance data.
Yeah, we've got all your data. This is just extra stuff stored in
Like
Ninja.
I said, do it once a week.
Mic
You can
off.
lose your performance data at the end of the week.
Yeah. Now, guys, this is general stuff we're talking about. Just because I say do it once a week, just because I say restart everything and clear your cache, every day before you start trading. Well, what happens if it's a crazy Fed day and this and that, and by 12 or 1, your charts are moving pretty slow? Do it again. Do it again. Shut it down. Clear everything out. Clear the
Mic
database
off.
down. Reset your route. Take a break and do it all again.
Link established.
fresh
Mic
start.
off.
It's just if the pipe's if the drain's starting to get clogged, unclog it. That's it. Okay? But those two things alone right there, resetting your database and clearing your cache and doing all these things we talked about, not having anything else, not having tons of data, not having tons of days, not having tons of charts, you will be amazed at the difference it will make. Okay? Don't have all these extra things open if you don't need them. This is huge. This is huge. When you download and install Ninja, do not install Ninja on OneDrive.
If you have, we're making a FAQ that may be on there already, but I know Marion's making a FAQ on how to remove it from OneDrive inside of our FAQ area.
Yeah, it doesn't sync properly. It'll pop up all these sync errors,
Mic
it'll give you
off.
lag issues. You want to install it just direct on your PC.
Link
Okay?
established. Mic off.
Also, how many of you have been with this company and then this company and then this company, and you've bought indicators from here and packages from here and special bar types from here and this little kit from here, and that's all on your computer and
Mic
all
off.
on your Ninjatrader, and all of them are loading every time you open it. Get rid of them. If you're not using them, get rid of them. Don't make Ninjatrader connect to 4 other things that you're not going to use. Okay, get rid of those things. Very, very important here, real quick. And I know we're going over, but I think this is good stuff. Some of you might use random indicators, let's say an EMA, okay? Let's say that you use an EMA. When you go and you put on an EMA, for example, and you want to check this with any indicator, okay? But when that EMA is plotting, right here, you can have it set to calculate on bar close, right? So your EMA is not going to move positions or, where it's placed at until the bar closes. How many of you have it set to on each tick? Think about that for a minute. Not only is your computer trying to run all this crap we've already talked about and all that tick coming in, but you remember all those ticks coming in? If you have an indicator, now there's a couple indicators that require to have that. But do you really need an EMA to do it, or an SMA, or an
Mic
RSI,
off.
or any of those random indicators? Can you imagine how much you're slowing up your computer just making Ninjatrader calculate a new EMA based on every Isn't that crazy? Don't do that unless, for whatever reason, you have to have a certain indicator that does that. That will slow you up so much, it's unbelievable. Makes sense? Don't do that. Just put it on bar close. Okay? So again, don't have other markets open if you don't need to use them. This is actually a pretty big deal. Have you designated your futures data so Ninjatrader knows where to pull data from? Some of you are connecting to Ninja twice. Some of you might have a live brokerage account that you're connecting to through like CQG, let's say. Then you connect to Apex through Rhythmic, and you're trading both. Well, does Ninja know where to pull the data from? You've got 2 different futures data feeds feeding into Ninja. Maybe one's late, maybe one's this,
Mic
maybe one's
off.
quicker here, maybe one's got the, it's going back and forth, doesn't know what to do. It's juggling, right? That makes sense? So what you
Mic
want to do is
off.
go in here to tools, then you go down here to options, right here, market data, right here, preferred connections for real-time data. Maybe some of you trade Forex or futures or index or options. We're talking about futures right here. So you want to, from your drop down, select Rhythmic for Ninjatrader brokerage, if you want it to be that, or maybe you're connecting to your live brokerage through CQG for whatever it may be. Designate one. Don't make it juggle and figure it out. Tell Ninja where to dedicate the pool from, so it's not giving you any lag time going back and forth and juggling. Okay?
Mic off.
Also, guys, it's best to use a simple ATM. A lot of you place trades, and you have an ATM, an automated trade management strategy, right? Okay? So you place the order, and as soon as your order is placed, you've got a take profit that's 20 ticks up here and a stop loss that's 20 ticks up here. That's it. That's the easiest thing for Ninja to handle. That's the easiest thing to handle across using trade copiers as well. But some of you have these real complicated ATM strategies of, well, once it moves up 5 ticks, move my stop up 10 ticks and get rid of 2 contracts and add 1 contract here. And then when it goes to 10 ticks, and it's always trailing and moving, and it's moving all these orders around all over the place. You know what I'm talking about? And then you're trying to do that on one chart, then trade copy that over to 10 other charts, and you have all these orders moving all over the place at the same time while the market is doing this. And you wonder why something locks up or lags up. If you're going to get in and trade this kind of market, don't use one of those complex ATMs. Only use a simple, basic 1 entry, 1 exit. That's it. You're just asking for trouble. Doesn't mean you can't ever use it, but don't use it right then. Okay? Check your settings. We'll get you a video on this as well. Are you using market orders? Are you using limit orders? And people say, hey, it didn't fill me. Well, but you're trying to get filled with a limit order, and the market blew right past your limit. Of course it didn't fill you. Or, well, I used a market order, and it got me in 5 ticks higher. That's what a market is. Get me in at the best I can get in. When the market's moving crazy like that,
mic off.
It's going to move. That make sense? That's not an Apex Trader funding issue. That's not a Rhythmic issue. That's not an issue that someone needs to adjust for you to give you those ticks. That's the market. If you say, get me in now or the best price possible, and the price just moved 10 ticks in half a second, that's the best price possible. It's a market order. Everybody understand that? You have to remember that, okay? So all of these different things we talked about, they can lead to delays, slow charts, delays in orders, exit. Has nothing to do with me or you or Rhythmic or Apex or data. It's the market.
Mic off.
Some of these things we can help. Some of these things we can make better. Some of these things we can make more efficient. But it's just part of trading and proper maintenance and things we can do to be more efficient, okay? Now, we've talked about this some, our trader. It truly amazes me that some of you are not using our trader and don't have it up. When you signed up, it's literally one of the first things. You have to have our trader up, okay? It's the biggest mistake you can make not having it up. It's your number one, first and best backup, okay?
Mic off.
It also shows you your live, real-time
Link
trailing threshold
established.
stop.
Mic off.
Okay, you should always have that up, okay? There should never be a moment of the day that you don't have it. And real quick, closing trades. How many of you have ever tried to close a trade and you feel like your Ninjatrader's slow or stuck? So you need to close a trade. And you hit close, 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 and it's not
Mic
closing.
off.
And then suddenly
Link
it does close.
established.
Yeah.
Mic off.
And then suddenly it does close. And then out of nowhere, you turn and look, and what happens? You
Mic
got a whole
off.
new bunch of orders sitting there, don't you? Okay. If you're in a buy order and you're long the market, when you hit close, let's say you have 5 contracts that you bought. When you hit close, that basically executes a 5 contract sell order. That makes sense? I bought 5, I hit close, it basically sends an order to sell 5, which then just closes out my trade. That makes sense? Well, if something's locked up and you hit close, there's a pending order in there to go out to sell 5 contracts. And as soon as that order does go through, what's it going to do? It's going to close your contracts. But you hit it 3 more times.
What happened was you hit the button so many times that the order didn't get processed before the other 3 went through. And so therefore those are like in a backlog and they're all filling. So you only hit it once, and then if it doesn't close them on Rhythmic.
Yeah, so do not ever hit close more than once. Because when you're going close, well, what did you also just do to your system? You sent it 10 billion orders out of nowhere.
Mic off.
No wonder it's locking up. Okay? But only hit close once. Okay? And if there's ever a problem, another thing you can do is on your chart. I don't ever personally use close really myself. You can hit close. I almost always on the chart, I right click and hit flatten everything. Just flatten it. Okay? But if there's ever a problem, you have RTrader right in front of you. Is RTrader handling a bunch of charts? Is RTrader handling all those ticks? Is RTrader handling all of your internet web? No, it's not. You can go right in and close in RTrader. That's what it's for. Okay? So you can hit close once, do flatten all, and then use RTrader. That is how you get out of trades in an emergency situation. That's what it's there for. You can also, if you have another option here, that if you go to the website and right here, trading tools, okay, right here is a Ninja VPS, the backup. It's basically a backup trader you can access from your phone. Okay, you have multiple options and multiple ways to exit orders, but do not just sit there hitting close. You're making it worse. Do flatten now. Go to RTrader. Have your VPS. Like, that should never be an issue. Okay.
And you just right click on the side of the chart and you can click flatten everything.
Yeah, if you're on the chart, let me just show you one more time, and then we're going to wrap it up here. Yeah,
Mic off.
if you got your chart open, there it is. Lost my chart. Yeah, you got your chart open here. You've got your over here your chart trader. Just right in here, just right click, and there it is. Flatten everything. Now, guys, one other thing, I told you a little about what I do every morning before I trade. Restarting computer, shutting down Ninja, clearing cache, clearing database. I'm starting fresh, right? At the end of the trading day, when I'm done trading, just to make sure, especially if I'm using a trade copier, just to make sure there's not a random order out there, random pending order out there. When I'm done for the day and I'm going to walk away, I go and do flatten everything. I may not even see that there's a trade open, but I'm just flattening everything, making sure every order's closed, every pending order's closed, everything's closed. Then I'm going up here to account. Do you think I'm leaving this on my live account? Or do you think I'm leaving this set to my evaluation or PA account? No, I'm switching this over to a SEM demo account because I don't want one of the kids coming in here, or I don't. We've actually seen this. A cat. How many of you have a cat? A cat walked across a desk, stepped on a keyboard, hit a order entry hotkey because somebody had left this to their live account. And guess what happened the next morning? Not happy. Right? When I'm done, I'm flattening everything. I'm switching this to a SEM. Not letting that, not going to risk that. So, guys, I've got more that we can cover. We will save it for another webinar. We've gone way over. Was this helpful? everything that Daryl and I both covered here. Some of this might be, some of you guys may know this, have been through it, but for some of you that have not been around with us, was this some of it? I know I went through it a lot, repeated myself a lot. I was really trying to hammer it home, but can you see how this might already help you tomorrow morning, starting your trading day, going into a busy, crazy morning, helping your computer, helping your charts, connecting to Rhythmic the right way, and how all this just makes sense? Good. Very good. I'm very glad this helped you. Look, I want you guys to be able to do
And again,
this.
I'll get this video
Mic
up
off.
on YouTube and Facebook /Apex Trader Funding for y'all to be able to review.
Yeah, we want you to be able to review this. We want you to be able to put this into use right now, like tomorrow, okay? Because also, guys, I want you to keep in mind, tomorrow's Wednesday. You've got tomorrow, Wednesday, and you've got Thursday. Trade good, trade hard, get all your trading in for the week. Because Thursday night, when the markets close, they do not open back up at 6 o'clock on Thursday night. Okay, the markets will not open back up
Mic
until
off.
Sunday night at 6. With Easter
Link
weekend and Good Friday, the
established.
markets
Mic
are
off.
closed. So normally when they close at 5 o'clock Thursday, they'll open back up Thursday at 6, right? PM Eastern for you to trade. Not this week. Okay, so you don't get any trading after 5 o'clock on Thursday. You got a 3-day weekend to take off, spend some time with the family. Reflect on Easter and the meaning of Easter. Don't be sitting in front of your computer because you can't trade. You got some time you want to spend, do some back testing, hop on the FAQ, watch some of these videos, set it all up, but get all of your trading in tomorrow and Thursday. Make it happen.
Mic off.
Okay? Guys, thanks so much. Sorry we went over here. Really, really hope this helps you and it's something you can put to use.
Mic off.
Perfect.
All right, y'all
Thank
have
you so
a
much.
good Resurrection Sunday. Happy Easter, and y'all have a good night.
Yep. Happy Easter to you and your family. Thank you. Good night.